Howdy, y'all. Today they had a preview online of some new Warhammer stuff coming out. Now, the only thing that really affected us as Seraphon players, and that's why you're here, right, is the Warhammer Underworld stuff. So we haven't had a Warhammer Underworlds warband yet, and it looks like we're finally going to get one. So on their preview page, they had a video that included some stuff that isn't really relevant. It's for other armies. We're not here for that. But it looks like the new name of the Warhammer Underworld season is Dire Chasm. Looks like it's got some Lumineth on the front of it, which is cool. But here, this is where it's at, right here. Look at this beautiful, beautiful model. So they are saying that it's one of the most requested Underworld's warbands is Seraphon. And look at this. This is a Chameleon Skink. They say he's well camouflaged, but look closely and you'll see Otapatl. Okay. A Chameleon Skink. Yep, the Seraphon are coming to Warhammer Underworlds ready to claim victory in small scale, like their pun, tactical clashes. Look at this model. This is so beautiful. I love this so much better than the current Chameleon Skinks that they have. Dynamic. It's got a great little base that it's on top of, gripping the tree, and it's kind of weird. I don't know that I've ever seen a model that's done this before, but when you see the that tree extending over the base, over onto the rim of the base, kind of cool, I guess. And you can see some of the other little details, like that little frog that they've got there, the poison dart frog. That's where he's getting his poison for his blowgun. Just great. It's still, it's reminiscent of the old ones. He's still got the same curled tail and eyes, of course, a normal chameleon has. Does look quite a bit more reptilian than the current model, but overall, just hands above what the other model looked like. I think we have, here's a picture of what the old models look like. Just so bad. This one is just so great. I'm so excited to see that. But this also makes me think, what's the rest of the warband going to be? They didn't give us any more details, and it doesn't look like it's going to be coming out for a little while. Dire Chasm has a few months till it's coming out, and then this will be one of the warbands that probably comes out after the main box game does. So, we might be looking at the beginning of 2021, maybe around Christmas if we're lucky, but probably first of the year. Model just looks great. I like it. So let's speculate what else is in this warband. Based on the Chameleon Skink, that's the only thing we know about. It is a resin model. This is a resin model, a fine cast model that they're replacing, which is nice. Well, they're not replacing this one, but we're getting a new plastic version of it. And so that kind of makes me think, what else do we have that's resin and fine cast? What else could be replaced? To my surprise, this Source Warrior is plastic. The Source Old Blood, he's plastic. I could have sworn that thing was... I don't have one. I just use the ones off the Start Collecting for my Source Old Blood on foot. But we actually do quite a bit that is in fine cast or resin, which I think could make an appearance in this warband. A lot of the Source on foot heroes, I don't think they'll fit too well with that Chameleon Skink. I think you might see him kind of go more chameleon or go more skink in this warband, and then maybe later on we get a Source warband that maybe fills in some of these guys. But our Source Eternity Warden, he's resin, fine cast, and so is Sunblood. But I think they're fine models. I think they look fine. They're not in plastic, which you would hope they would eventually get a refresh. But I still think they look good. As we scroll down, we have our Skink Priest with Feathered Cloak. He is in resin. So is the Scar Veteran on Cold One. Our Astrolith Bearer. Our Chameleon Skinks, of course. Both the Salamander and the Razordons are both in resin and fine cast. Skink Starseer, Croxagore. Both our Slans are. So we have quite a few options that I think might see a plastic version come out in this warband. But what I'm thinking is a pretty good option here is probably this Skink Priest with the Feathered Cloak. I think he makes a real good synergy with the Chameleon Skink if you're looking at like a skink-based warband. And his model's old. You know, a lot of people just run something that's off of the Engine of the Gods, just turn one of those into a Skink Priest, or off the Troglodon, make him a Skink Priest. So you have a lot of kit-bashed Skink Priests out there. So I think he could be the hero that goes in this warband. And especially if you look at his rules, like his new rules this year, or for this battle tome, they actually don't mention anything about his feathered cloak anymore. That used to be one of his abilities, was you could either take the feathered cloak or the staff, I think, if I remember correctly. But this one doesn't have any mention of that feathered cloak. And so maybe we'll see his resculpt go without the feathered cloak, or in some way that it kind of introduces more of his rules that he has here. Since he did lose the feathered cloak on the War Scroll, maybe that's a hint of what to come. I mean, hey, we're grasping at straws here. Let's see what else is in this warband. I also think, you know, if we're looking at what else is Finecast, I think maybe a couple Chameleon Skinks in warband with the Skink Priest as the hero, but now we need something in melee. And you've heard me mention it before. I want to see a Kroxigor plastic sculpt. That would be amazing in my mind. I'm getting one of these guys who's in Finecast. Now, look, I mean, I've got Kroxigor that I'm building. You know, I've got Kroxigor that are getting ready to be on the table. So I've got them, but I would love to have a plastic one that looks more like the Total War model of Kroxigor, which just look awesome. And, you know, their base size, 50mm, isn't unheard of for Warcry, or for Underworlds. We've got Mollog that I think's on a 50. There may be another one. But so I think that could be your center melee piece for Warcry, surrounded by some shooting from the Chameleon Skinks. So here's my wish. That's my warband right there. That's what I want to see. I want to see a Kroxigor with 3 Chameleon Skinks and a Skink Priest all redone there. That would be amazing. I would buy 5 boxes of these just to fill out, well, maybe 6 to fill out Kroxigor, but then also have Chameleon Skinks that actually look pretty good and would fill out a full unit there. So you got 5 models there, a big heavy hitter, some shooters, and a small hero. All right, so let me know what y'all think. Drop in the comments. What's your prediction for a warband? We already know the Chameleon Skink's in it. What else would go well with him in a Underworlds warband? And if you guess it right exactly, you'll win my respect. Yeah. So put your predictions below. Let me know. Just because, you know, this is fun. You know, we've got the Chameleon Skink coming. Let's hope for something cool. All right, guys. Short video today. We'll see y'all later.